Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania is out. We're learning that a Butler County Sheriff's deputy exchanged 2 emails with the shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, before the 2024 assassination attempt. But the documents are heavily redacted, and we don't know much else other than, well, they exist. So with this new information, it really only adds more confusion and mystery around this shooting. Why do we not know more about the assassination attempt into President Trump after nearly 2 years? A lot of questions, and we're going to bring in now Barry Donadio, national security analyst and former U.S. Secret Service Emergency Response Team leader. Barry, thank you for joining us. The FBI is saying that Crooks acted alone. He's no longer with us. He was killed. He's not standing trial. Barry, why don't we know more at this point?
Great to be on your show again. I think we don't know more because people aren't asking the questions that need to be asked. The media has to dig deep into this even further and fill out freedom of information requests, as well as private individuals, people that are watching this program. However, I kind of feel like you're 100% right. I kind of feel like we knew more about Lee Harvey Oswald than we know about Crooks right now. So we have to dig deep. We have to ask the questions. And never in the time of history of the United States has this government been so transparent. And we really have to thank President Trump for that. But the government is not just going to release information it feels like people may want to know. You have to ask, and you may receive the answer, not shall, but you may. And if they can release it, at least back when I was still in the government, way back in 2013, they take these requests very, very seriously. It gets vetted. And if they could release it without damaging national security, they will.
Yeah, the FBI is slamming these claims now that accuse it of slow-rolling information on this assassination attempt. It's calling it, quote, a clickbait lie. The original story by Judicial Watch said the FBI covered up the assassination attempt every day since it happened. Okay, so there you see the FBI calling it clickbait. Judicial Watch saying, it's been covered up every day since. What do you think, Barry? Because I understand you got to request the information, but isn't this something so important in the national interest that it bears release proactively?
Yeah, I think if the public specifically asks for specific information, the FBI or whoever they're asking, whether it be the CIA, the Secret Service, they are going to review it. They have experts that look at all this information and decide, hey, is this hurting national security? Is it hurting an ongoing investigation or an operation? Can we release this? And look, when I was there, they took it seriously. And if it can be released, no matter how embarrassing it might be, or whatever repercussions it is, that's the law, and they're going to release it. So I would say to everybody watching, keep asking, keep putting in those requests. The answers may very well be released. I'm concerned that was he manipulated by foreign intelligence? That's something that I'm curious of, and that question should be asked time and time again as well.
Yeah, I think that's a great question because to me, at this point, the only reason we wouldn't know more is if there was some kind of risk to national security or some kind of foreign power or something. I mean, it has been 2 years. In a case like this, is it normal to know so little and have such, very few information about the shooter? I can understand if he was standing trial, like in the, maybe the case of Tyler Robinson when it comes to the Charlie Kirk assassination, but 2 years later, is it normal not to know very much?
I just think it depends on the situation. We have an attempted assassination of the President of the United States. This is a serious matter. So just like when there's a big plane crash, we wait years to find out exactly what happened. And when they wrap up an investigation, we never get the answer to why a plane crashed when we want it, sometimes even more than 2 years. So I think this is going to be very much the case. But it doesn't mean we can't keep asking the questions. We can't keep putting in requests for more information and ask sideways in all different ways about the questions that we want answered. And they will release it. There's no doubt about it. But There could be ongoing investigations right now. There could be operations going on that we're not aware of, that they're just simply not going to release right now. And it could take another 5 years for us to get the full story of what really happened.
Wow. Yeah, I hope it doesn't take that long. But I think a lot of people thought when President Trump got in, we'd have all the answers. I think it's probably safe to say there are things that can't be released for one reason or another. But that doesn't mean the public is not really wondering, myself included, what exactly transpired leading up to that event that day, that the grace of God was on our country and the life of President Trump, no doubt about it. Barry Donadio, it is great to have you with us this afternoon.